Hi YouTube, it's Ty with a video that I'm going to go on and include in my Brown Girls on Colorism series only because I have been getting so much shit from black men saying that I say that black men are the only ones who are colorist against dark-skinned black women. Now this, even though it's not colorism, it falls in the racism category, flat out. I do want to mention that, you know, it's not only black men who say shit about black women. Sometimes black women do as well, and sometimes other races of men do as well. So here we have today the Justin McClure story that's been trending now for probably 2 or 3 days. I'm always a little bit late on the news. If it's not on Twitter, I don't see it. So, he is someone I had never heard of until this story came up about his racist tweets. Like so many other people with their colorist tweets, I don't know who these people are until these kinds of stories get out. So apparently there are 2 cute little girls called the Mcclure Twins who are very popular here on YouTube. I don't really follow family channels, so I've never heard of these girls. I do usually find family channels pretty boring unless the children are a little bit older. But anyway, so these girls, they are famous. They are YouTube famous. And Justin McClure is their white father. They have a black mother who's a Nigerian woman. And someone dug up some old tweets of Justin McClure's, and he's had some pretty racist things to say about black people in general, and black women in particular. As far as I can see, he didn't designate or differentiate anything by skin tone, and that's why I said it doesn't really fall into the colorism category. I just think it's flat out racism. But like I said, I always get black men saying, you know, well, we're not the only ones who say stuff about black women, and I know that, and I've never said that. So I want to talk about this for a second. It's really disturbing, and I guess there are a few different angles that I can talk about it from, but, and of course, I want to get your opinions. Let me know in the comments if you all already knew who the McClure family was, the McClure Twins, or Justin McClure. Did you already know about these people before this story broke? Are you following their channel? And will you continue to support their channel if you are following them? Or will you start to follow their channel if you're just hearing about them? Let me know where you stand with supporting this family or not. So Justin McClure is a former aspiring comedian. And I guess he was working on his craft until his biracial daughters got fame for the family. And so it kind of makes me feel like this guy was just thirsty for fame and was willing to get it any way he could. Well, since I'm not funny enough, I'll just put my biracial daughters on a platform and people will think that they're so cute, because you know that people do oftentimes tend to fetishize mixed race children. And so anyway, and not to say that the girls aren't cute, and they are. They're adorable little girls. So I'm not going to come on here and speak badly against his daughters just because he is racist or was racist, and you all know I don't think that people's opinions like that really change. But anyway, so he has now the daughters, the McClure Twins. They are set up on his old Twitter account from back when he was a comedian. I use that term loosely because nothing that I read that he said was even funny. And I can find humor in offensive things sometimes, but nothing that he said was even funny. But anyway, so he just kept the same account and just changed the name once the daughters got famous. So now the Twitter account is for the McClure Twins. And on that account, someone pulled up some problematic racist things that he said before the daughters became famous. And I don't know if it's just one person who pulled up some things, but let me run down the tweets for you. Pretty much he seems to have a fondness for making fun of black women in these tweets. He says that they are jokes. They're not even funny, but it's clear they're intended to be funny, but they're not funny. But you judge for yourself. Let me know also in the comments if you think that any of these tweets are funny. Okay, so this first tweet is not directed to black women in particular, but black people in general. It says, black people can't say ask, but they have no trouble saying Cadillac Escalade. Hashtag if I was black. Hashtag black people can't say ask. Okay, so maybe he's just hanging around some black people who can't pronounce the word. And I do know, I mean, I think that if we are honest, we can admit that there are some black people who say ax instead of ask. And I don't know if that's more of a country thing or a southern thing. I'm from Texas, and I've known people who are like that, or, you know, who pronounce the word incorrectly. But is it joke worthy? And if it is, was this really a joke? I find it to be rather racist, you know, but they can say Cadillac Escalade. Hashtag if I was black. Okay, so some of us can pronounce ask. Some of us can't. But I still just don't find the humor in it. It doesn't seem like a joke to me. Let's go on and move on to the next one. Mark my word, one day a black woman will name a child allergies. Quote, my allergies been acting up lately. Damn. Also, just not funny.
Don't. Guess what I just did?
What did you just do?
My first pull-up.
Your first pull-up? Oh, really?
No, if you're going. Yeah. It hurt like hell, but I did it.
Get out of here. You're messing up my video. I'm talking bad about white men.
Oh, yeah, white men suck.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, Uno broke his wrist earlier this year, so that wasn't his first pull-up ever. But he's getting stronger, so that's a really good sign. Okay, so back to this allergies thing. That was just a stupid joke. First of all, no one names their kid something and then, I mean, very rarely. I mean, like maybe last century, at the beginning of last century, people might refer to their child as my so-and-so, whatever their child's name is. Let's say the child is Kate. We never, my Kate is acting up. We would just say Kate is acting up. So if the child's name was allergies, you would just say allergies is acting up, not my allergies. So that could have worked with so many other words, but I'm starting to understand why this guy didn't make it as a stand-up comedian. His next one. Dominican women I know. Ilia, Awilda, Janichi, Zora. Black women I know. Chandelier, Lasagna, Constellation, Walgreens. Hashtag when black people get paid. Okay, so I guess that he's, with the hashtag, he's saying that when black people have money, they name their child weird names. And I know that sometimes, I mean, let's face it, there's some truth to it. Some black people name their children really off-the-wall things, but these names that he came up with, maybe with the exception of Constellation, maybe, but Chandelier, Lasagna, Walgreens, like, this guy, I mean, he has the concept of a joke, but these things aren't even funny that he's saying. It's stupid. Everything that I've read so far is just stupid. Next tweet. Lately, I've been under the impression. Impression is this black girl I went out with. She loves being on top. Hashtag black girls. Hashtag ghetto. So, again, he could have done this with so many other names and it would have worked, but the impression, like, you don't say someone's name and the first. Like, it's just stupid. It's racist. It's stupid, but I can't call it a joke because it's not funny. Next one. Have I dated girls of mixed race? Yes. Recently, I dated a girl who was half black and half white. She was burned in a fire. Hashtag, that's what hoes do. And someone named, I think, Labrina just commented like, huh? With a Chris Rock face like, And I'm like, yeah, I'm with you, Chris Rock, because I don't get it. What hoes get burned in fires? Is that what you're saying? This guy is not funny. And he blamed the tweets, you know, like I said, when people do apologies on things of this matter, they come out with just bullshit-ass apologies, and that's what he did. He blamed the tweets on being drunk and being a womanizer, but these tweets happened over the span of at least 3 years. So unless he was like a serious drunk, I don't see that being any kind of excuse. And you know, he's saying that that's who he was, it's not who he is. After his wife came into his life, he was a changed man. But one of the tweets was as recent as 2014, and his daughters were born in 2013, so I'm not buying that. And then his Nigerian wife, whatever her name is, she's standing by his side, you know, saying that the stuff that he said was distasteful, but it's not racist. And they made a video apologizing for, you know, him apologizing for what he said. And he, at this point, won't answer any more questions, but is now directing people to his wife. So he's not only racist, but he's unfunny, and he is a coward. Black women, swirling will not save us. Choosing better for ourselves is the only thing that's going to save us.